Cris. Where's Sir Aguilar? Sir Aguilar? You mean Gil? Right, Gil. He's in the control room. He said we could have these. Seleni's concert! And he got Rave to give us partner discounts at Sunset Sinners. We can go after the concert. A BNN field trip. I've wanted to go to Seleni's concert ever since I picked her for a story. It's like he's reading my mind. Yeah, he does that. How long have you known Gil? About a month. Oh, so you first met during the interview? Yeah. I still have nightmares about it. What do you mean? The way he does the interviews. I don't understand. He interviewed you before you got the job, right? Of course. Wasn't he scary? Scary? I don't think so. Seriously? Why? What happened during your interview? It was the most terrifying conversation I've ever had. Getting a job was much harder than I thought. Gil was the first person to give me an interview.
Thank you for coming in, Cris Barleria. My name is Gil Aguilar, producer and anchor of BNN. I'll be conducting your job interview today for the position of technician.
So I dressed up and told myself I needed to pass this interview no matter what. Nice to meet you, Sir Aguilar.
You can just call me Gil. Now, I've gone through your application, and I must say, your academic record is quite impressive. Straight A's across the board.
Thank you. I learned very quickly that not even straight A's can automatically get you the job. It's how you apply everything you studied for the past 2 decades.
So why do you want to work at BNN?
Standard interview question. They say this is mostly to gauge if you put any effort into preparing for the interview. I spent days tweaking my resume and cover letter. I've even practiced my answers to common interview questions. I have a genuine interest in technology and media. I like working with digital platforms for communication and information dissemination. And I also want to help shape the world somehow. So a news network seemed the best choice.
Do you have any work experience as a technician?
Obviously I don't. He knows that from my resume. That's not what this question is about. He's testing me. This is not just a one-on-one conversation. This interview is a strategic battle versus all the other applicants he's interviewing. And some of those other people have many years of experience. It's me against a horde of monsters. While I lack formal industry experience, my academic record demonstrates my consistent proficiency in any subject matter. My ability to analyze and problem solve allows me to quickly adapt to any situation, and I have a broad set of skills that I can apply to different aspects of the job. I learn fast and even faster under pressure, and I do that by myself, so you don't have to invest extra time and effort in training me, any more than if you were to hire someone with experience.
I see. So tell me more about this broad set of skills.
Of course he'd want to know more about that. Even if I take down the horde, Gil is still the dungeon boss. I told him I have the skills, so I need to be able to give him specifics. Now I can't just list my skills off the top of my head. I should talk about the skills I have that he's already looking for in the job description. But that's just the bare minimum. I need to be better than everyone else who tried and died in that battle. I need to use special attacks. Well, for example, with the right tools, I can disassemble and reassemble any electronic device without looking at a manual. I know how to configure and operate cameras, lighting, audio gear, control room systems, and other broadcast equipment. I can monitor transmission platforms, perform maintenance, and conduct quality checks for live news broadcasts. I am also familiar with broadcast regulations and standards.
That sounds quite impressive. With that repertoire, why not apply to larger media companies? They could probably offer you a better compensation package for the same position.
At first I wondered why he would undersell his company like that. But then I realized the real fight was only just beginning. This question was a double-edged sword. He's saying that if it's true I had all these skills, it would appear I was overqualified for the position. But if I tried to play myself down, I could end up sabotaging myself when it came to salary negotiations. With just one question, he's challenged my claims of skill, baited me into admitting I don't have other options, and even started setting up to lowball me, all at the same time. This wasn't an RPG, it was an RTS. He was 2 steps ahead and leading traps. Most people would have fallen for it. But I'm not most people. Since I'm a fresh graduate, what I need the most right now is general experience. Larger companies might offer more structure, but chances are they'll place me in a very specific role with limited job functions. I feel that it's too early for me to specialize in anything, but with a smaller media company, I'd be able to spread my wings more in a role that will give me a wider assortment of challenges and opportunities to learn from. Behold, my reverse card.
You don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. I respect that. Can you provide an example of a challenging situation you faced and how you handled it?
Back to the standard questions. But I felt like there was a break in the rhythm of things. He rattled me with that last question, and is now checking to see if I can regain momentum. During my final year, I did a thesis about setting up a demo studio for a broadcast equipment company.
You chose Red Cord Broadcast Solutions, right?
Yeah. This caught me off guard. The only way he'd know that is if he read my thesis before this interview. I was prepared for him, but I didn't expect he'd be this prepared for me. Not only that, he's letting me know that he knows. He's telling me that he'll catch me if I'm being dishonest. It's a good thing I had no plans of lying about this. But this was when I became absolutely sure he was terrifying. Everything was going smooth, but the night before the final audit, someone accidentally spilled coffee all over the camera and broke it. There were no other cameras I could use, so I asked if they stored broken ones. I spent all night disassembling different models of other broken equipment to replace the damaged parts. Thankfully, I got it to work in time for the presentation.
I'm glad it ended well.
Now's my chance. He's left himself open by not immediately asking a follow-up question. I need to take full advantage of this by taking control of the conversation with my own question. But I can't just ask any question. I need to use my trump card and deliver a lethal blow. You use equipment from Diecast here at BNN, right?
How could you possibly know that?
I've got him. He's now asking himself how I know this without seeing the studio room. It's quite simple. When you sent me the address of your office, I looked it up on the internet and discovered that you leased it from a publicly listed studio that used to record a morning talk show. I cross-referenced the talk show with the clients of the most popular suppliers for broadcast equipment in the city, and found out that it was supplied by Diecast Network Systems. I know you're speechless. I've stolen your own move against you. Investigative journalism.
Pretty close.
What? I was wrong? That's impossible.
Come with me. These used to be diecast equipment in here, but it didn't come with the lease.
But this is my thesis setup.
I rented this all from Red Cord's demo room. I got a good deal on it because it was non-standard. Something about the camera having coffee stains all over it.
He was already planning to hire me from the start. This was the moment I realized Gil wasn't the dungeon boss.
So, when can you start?
He was the dungeon master.